following up on Wednesday's video.
Good afternoon, Gary.
Oh yeah, and that as well. Just following up on the video that we shot in the week. We were talking about make sure you harden off your perennials. Same goes for your vegetables as well. Even if they're bought from the store, or even if it's your own vegetables, they've got to be hardened off. I've got my onions here. I bought them out yesterday. I'm running out of frame space, so I've just thrown up something. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. So they'll have 2 or 3 days of shade when the sun is on them. As soon as the sun is off them, I'll take the shade off. So they get 2 or 3 days of full shade, and then there'll be 2 or 3 days of no shade, and then they'll be ready. So it's about, for the onions, probably about 10 days of hardening off. They will then go out, and there's no setback, there's no check on them. So that's the onions. So it's a mix of all sorts in here. We've got celery, asparagus, there's a whole bunch of brassicas. They're a bit droopy drawers because I've just watered them. Now these have been out for nearly 2 weeks now. So again, it was the same process, bit of shade to start with. They're now out full sun. I mean, I do put the cover down at night just to keep the chipmunks out. But we'll start pulling stuff from here now, and we can start planting out. So it is important, harden your plant material off. Otherwise, as soon as you plant it out, it slows up. It takes a check. Well, that deals with all of that vegetables. And then the last lot I bought out, which I've just bought out this morning, is our runner beans. So I'll show you those. So the runner beans I've just bought out now, they like a bit of warmth, but it's actually getting too warm in the propagation house for them. So there's couple varieties there. There's some biolotti beans, a few lettuce that were in the shade under the bench, so I just brought them out. So again, they'll spend a couple of days in here, and then we'll slowly move them out into the sun.
So who's unraveling them?
They're not. Oh, that's their French climbing beans. Yeah, they've gone nuts.
I bet it's going to be down to me.
More than likely. Well, they'll slow up now though, don't forget. Now they've come out here. So we have some broad beans here. I hate the damn things. They're horrible.
You got to pick them when they're small.
I don't care. They're still horrible. Julie likes them.
I do.
And then there's some chrysanthemums. So I'm growing for cut flowers, and 1 or 2 more runner beans. Now all of these runner beans were started indoors. I do have a second batch now that I sowed last week. Which will be another couple of weeks before they can go out, but it gives us a bit of a succession of runner beans instead of everything coming all at once. Potatoes are looking really nice. They're about the 3rd time now I've covered them up, so pots are full, so we'll just leave them to it. 3 varieties. Be interesting to see what they taste like this year. Now they've got all cow manure on them, I'm sure it's going to taste a lot nicer.
They've come up really fast.
Oh yeah, well it's suddenly warmed up, hasn't it? They come through really quick. It warmed up nicely,
yeah.
And
because it was 1 week ago, we showed you.
Yeah, there was nothing much there.
Yeah.
So now they've come through really quickly.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I see the garlic just started setting some seed heads. Again, wait, see what these are going to be like. There's a lot of weed in the pot, but I don't really mind about that. Yeah, they got to go completely yellow, dry right off before I do anything with them. So that'll be another couple months yet before we get to those. So what we're going to do now, actually, we're going to go to this vegetable patch, and we're going to put in our first lot of vegetables, and then a whole bunch of sweet peas.
Nice. I like sweet peas.
Yep. Can I speak now? Getting told off again by the filming department.
He makes it so difficult for me to edit these videos.
Yeah, I know I do. Sorry. The bean supports are up. They're old. It's just in the bush. A lot of it's ash. It's actually dead. There's a little bit of maple here, but it's pretty rustic. So at the moment, they're up. This is all at 4-foot spacings, and then we have some net coming that we're gonna tie to this so that we can plant every, I don't know, about every 8 inches. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put a sweet pea on every single pole, and then between that we will put the runner beans. But the runner beans aren't ready yet. They got to be hardened off, but the sweet peas have to go in because they just have to.
You're going to have to cut them back how many times?
Yeah, I've cut these back twice now, but they've one hell of a root system on them. So if I show you, so these were sown, way ago.
I'll find the episode.
You got the episode, yeah. 5 in a pot. Now, by rights, they should be split, but I'm actually going to plant the whole pot. I just don't see the point in disturbing the root system because I know they've got one hell of a root system on them.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
To rip that apart would just be sacrilege.
And it would set them back a little bit.
No, it would set them back big time, yeah. So that root system is really, really good and more than sufficient to support the growth that these guys are going to put on now. So there, 5 in a pot, chuck them in the ground, away we go. So I'm going to do those today. And then also, first vegetables to plant out will be the beetroot. They've been hardened off. Some of them have gone a bit of a funny colour because they've been hardened off. They've got a really nice root system on them. If I can get one out of the plug tray. And again, that's a really nice root system. It's just ready to go out now. They've just started curling around the bottom. But I always do my beetroot like this. I never direct sow. And then some of them will be singles. Some will have 2 or 3. We'll just plant them. And then Julie will pick what we want. I'm not going to do the whole tray because, as usual, I've done too many.
For somebody who doesn't particularly like vegetables that much, you always do too many.
16, 32, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 40. Don't think we need 40. No, 38. We don't need 38 beetroot, do we?
Probably not.
Oh, we'll see. Anyway, and we're tight for space. So we're going to plant those out as well today. Again, Julie will stick on the episode of when we sowed this. I can't remember when it was. Oh, hang on. I wonder if I wrote it down. Oh, no, I didn't. Missed a surprise.
Shocking.
Pokey stick. Can't get your finger in the hole in the bottom. It's just to ease them out of the hole. Oh, there we go.
Because if you pull them by the...
You can't, yeah. If you try and pull them from the top, you'll just snap them off. So just ease them out with a stick, your finger, if you can get your finger in there. And then away you go. About 8 inches apart. Yes. And then don't need a trowel. Obviously made up soil. I know that's 8 inches. So just finger. Oh God, it's so nice. Just to be able to push your finger in the dirt. And as I said, some have got 1, 2. This one's got 3, but don't mind. I'm still going to put it in as it is. Just gentle press it in, and it's 8 inches. Another one. And then 8 inches again will take me about the same distance. You don't want to go right up against the outside edge of your raised bed if you're in raised beds. It dries out so quick. And then obviously they'll all get a good soaking. And then I still do about 8 inches between the rows. We're not after monster big beetroot. Not for pickling purposes. And that's pretty well it. So I switched out this one. I took the polythene off, the white poly, Never did actually get it out here for vegetables. And then replaced it with bug netting. Same thing, it's just for protection. So brassicas will be going under here. Sprouts, cauliflower, cabbage, all the brassica family. So we're going to do another one, and then I'm going to do another one, slightly lower one, for the salad crops as well. But then the brassicas aren't quite ready yet to come out. There's no rush for those. But yeah, so that's going to work out really nice and light, easy to lift off, and that'll stay on then for the whole summer. So peas are all in. Before I do anything else, apparently I have to cut this off because somebody says it bugs them.
Oh, it's got a root sticking out.
So anyway, happy now?
Sure.
Peas are in 2 rows, about 3 inches apart. About, I don't know what it was, about a week ago actually. So they should start coming through now soon. So we'll have to wait and see. If they're a failure, which we did have last year actually, they were pretty poor, they were bad last year, weren't they?
They were really bad.
Yeah.
But we did find that we think birds were coming in.
Yeah, I think that what was happening was as soon as they germinated, the birds were coming in and literally picking them off. If I think that's happening again, we'll just throw some netting over the top. Each one's going on the inside. Ooh, look at this. Oh, look at the worms. Look at all that.
Hold on. I don't know if I can focus.
Wormies, hang on. First dip into the new soil. All the worms.
Nice.
Yummy. Anyway, first one inside the... Now this was dug, don't forget, this was all dug to about 8-10 inches deep. So this first one is Juliet. Again, that's a really nice root system on that. Really nice. So just going to pop it in the ground. Firm it down. Now these will need tying, obviously. At this stage, let's plant 3 and then we'll come back to tie some. These were really soaked well before I picked them up out of the trays. And these, like I said, these have been outside for at least 2 weeks, if not longer actually. The soil is really nice and wet, but they will need a really good soak. Look at the worms again. Look at it. And this one is Princess Elizabeth. So they're all name varieties.
Now the few yellow leaves, not so much on this one actually.
No, this
last one. No worries on that.
No, I'm not worried about that. It's just they needed planting out a couple of weeks ago actually, but the weather was just not good. So it wasn't worth it. They're better off left in the protection where they were till it warms up. And then I'm just going to put a very loose tie around them for now. Once we get the net on here, they'll actually grab the net themselves. So plant on the inside. First of all, I got enough room on the outside, and secondly, they'll tend to go straight up, and then they'll grab the net, which is going to be fitted to the face. And then all I'm going to do is just very gently, very loosely at this stage, I'm just going to tie them to the pole. And again, I'm not over tightening this, it's just to keep them there so they don't blow around. And that's pretty well it. when you use bamboo, and you all know bamboos are very slippery, they slide down. Runner beans, we've tried runner beans and pole beans on bamboo canes, useless. As soon as it gets windy, everything slides down. So your runner bean or your sweet pea is up here, you get a really, really windy day, and all of a sudden they're in a heap down here. So I've personally found bamboo canes useless. The net method is okay, but you need something to support the net. And this is the old-fashioned way of doing it. It used to be hazel. They can coppice the hazel woodlands and use that for their beans and peas. So we've gone back to that a little bit. It looks a bit rustic. It actually looks quite nice. And then the net you'll see we use is a 4-inch by 4-inch. Trying to think of the manufacturer's name. Can't think of it anyway. But we will show you that. And it's nice. It's 4-inch. You can get your hand through and you can pick your peas. You can pick your sweet peas and you can pick your beans through it. And then we'll tie that to the poles. And then obviously in the winter, we'll just cut everything down, untangle everything, which is a bit of a pain in the ass job, but it's got to be done.
I wonder whose job that's
Yeah, Julie Julie likes that job.
Yeah, sure.
And then, yeah. But as I say, what we're going to do is we shall plant runner beans in between now. So about every 6 inches, there'll be runner beans all the way around, and Barlotti beans as well. And we've got a few pole beans.
Nice.
So it's going to be a real mixture of varieties out here. And it looks quite attractive. I've all planted. I've put a few spares up the middle. I will put some sticks on those just to train them up. But yeah, that's pretty well it. Get these really good watering now, and finish the beetroot watering off, and then that's good. We'll wait. We're going to put the net up first. No, we're going to plant the beans first, then the net. So that'll be in a few days' time, and of course we'll feature that. So until next week, thanks for watching, and goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.